Okay, so as you can tell by the clock, time is now 2000 hours, and I started the drilling operation about 1530. So the past number of hours I've been swapping barrels over, and the biggest problem is the fact that I can't generate enough power from those two solar panels to keep the drilling rig going. It starts and then it stops for about 5 minutes. Maybe not quite 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes, but between 4 and 5 minutes in between each drilling sort of push, every time it sort of drills. And it only gives you 5 points, and it's 130 points for each barrel. So it's going to take quite a while. I've already done 6 barrels worth though, so I've got 5 more barrels to do. So hopefully in a few more hours, hopefully within the next 2 or 3 hours, I can actually start building the 3D printer, the deep modular 3D printer. So it'll be 4 squares, 4 of the small plates into a square to form one large plate. Because obviously right now I can't actually do anything on the small printer. I can't do the actual large printer parts, so I've got to make them out of small parts. But it shouldn't take too long. So as soon as I'm ready to start on the 3D printer, we'll hopefully can start building the 3D printer in the next 2 hours, 2-3 hours. I just wanted to make sure I had plenty of resources that I could split using the actual refiner, rather than to hang around for the drill to finish off. So because I know from memory the modular printer, if you want to build a decent sized modular printer out of the parts that you can print on the small printer, I know from memory you actually run out of resources, especially iron and silicon oxide. I want to be able to make the large refiner. That's what I want to actually do. So do I have one of these on? No, I don't. That's fine. What I'm going to rather than just hang around doing nothing, I'm going to go and get some more drill sample cores. I think around the beach area. The area I sort of nicknamed the beach. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a beach. So I'm going to go there. I'll just keep popping back to the drill rig to swap barrels across. It's about, I'll say about 30 minutes in between each barrel. So I'll go and check it right now. It won't be ready. I was going to try and estimate, try and give it a guesstimate, I suppose you'd call it, as to how long it's going to be before I need to be back at the drilling rig to swap the barrel over. So I already have the buggy parked there. I've got 6 barrels of raw resources in this cargo pod just near this supply pod. The other cargo pod is unsuitable, completely unsuitable to put anything in. So there's a Martian rock. It's actually Martian substrate, but so there's the 6 barrels. There's a full resource barrels we had before. Yeah, the biggest problem is the fact that the solar panels just do not generate enough power. Simply because the sun just isn't getting high enough. But there's advantages and disadvantages to being here. The advantage is that the sun never goes down. The disadvantage is the sun never gets, as I said, high enough. But it's all I can do for now. No point whinging about it. And these solar panels need cleaning every so often as well. See what we're at. Oh, yeah, so there's quite a fair bit of time. If we say about 20 minutes. So it's about 20:05 now. So if I say about 25 past or so. Yeah, so all these barrels are empty. So I think we're going to go onto the beach. Though I don't think we're going to be doing any sunbathing. So I'm going to get some more core samples from along here. Because there's some very, very high yield areas. 7,214, 5,389. So I think I'm going to try and get down here and along here. Take at least 2 samples, one from there and one from there. Wow. Let's take a quick look. Right, so I think I'll head north. Head north onto here. I can head west. Take a sample from here. Then head back to here, maybe. Definitely looks like a beach of some description, but it's actually safe to get down there. Phew, I would like to try it on foot. Yeah, if I go down over there, it's a little bit easier. Get down onto the beach, take a sample from out there. I think. Yeah. A little bit further north, about there. Crikey, you can hear the wind. over here. No, a little bit further forward. A little bit further north. So the two samples are far enough apart. Yeah, perfect. Just there. Look, take a little walk over there as well. Though I didn't bring the soil sample tool. Well, it's definitely the edge of a beach, or the edge of a body of water at least. Might not be an ocean. But you can see. There's the beach and there's the cliff. You can see that. There's definitely been liquid water on Mars at some point in its history. Okay, so where am I on the map? That's okay. Let's get a sample. I'm just going to concentrate on rock samples for the time being. Alright, so let's head back to the buggy. And head back to here. I don't want to get sort of too far away from the habitat at the moment. Until I've actually got the 3D printer sort of built. Now I'll probably be setting up a larger 3D printer, probably out of the parts from the printer I'm about to build. Down here. So I can build vehicles and a large storage tank. Large storage tanks especially. That's yeah, that's a priority for the finished base, especially for the finished base. So there's no point building a 3D printer then having to take it all apart again and then to expand it. I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna do two versions of the 3D printer. One of the modular printer, which will be medium. Then I'm gonna strip that apart. Use it as a foundation for the larger printer to do the vehicles and the large tanks and things like that, and large sort of base parts. So I'm going to go back to the buggy. Then we'll head back up to there. I think it's along there, isn't it? Yeah. So I can actually just stay on the beach and just drive across here. And it's about here. Try and get it about the middle of this about the middle of this area. That way the full scan will get the whole zone. Well, most of it anyway. Maybe not all of it. Right. And hopefully the solar activity will stay quiet. Because I'm not in heavy EVA suit, which I should have grabbed the heavy EVA suit. Because I'm only in the buggy, not walking anywhere. A lot of these exposed rock areas as well, which should be really good. These are going to be very rich areas. west. I'm heading west. Let's head sort of northwest then. Right, so it's up there. Whoa. Didn't see that. Oh, I see. So this area is slightly higher and this is slightly lower. Devil? Well, I can't see any sort of change in the topographical information. Right. Yeah, it's not the right way. Not perfect, well, actually not perfect, it shouldn't be slightly south. Damn it. So I need to be heading in that direction. See where I am now. Got no comms. That I've got comms now. Oh well, sure. A bit too far west, but never mind. I'll take samples from here. Okay. Well, that's 2 samples from the beach area. So 1 from here and 1 from there. Okay, so let's head back to the habitat. Take a slight detour, well it's not really a detour, it's actually on the way back to the drill, and just check the barrel. Might be full, might be not. If it is, swap it over, if it's not. north am I going? So I have no idea. I should be heading east, shouldn't I? I am. Might have a navigating around here. It's good for drilling, but it's not too good for navigating with a buggy. All these rocks. Yeah, I don't think the barrel is actually full yet. Let's go and check though. No, it's just out of power. Oh, good grief. All that time it's still only halfway. So it's about 25%, so it's about another 25%, so it's practically, it's taken a long time. Like I say, it was 15-30 hours when I started. It was like 2000 hours when I felt, well, it took it 5-10 minutes to get back into the habitat, but it's still quite a few hours. It's at least 30 minutes for each barrel. But the weather's actually nicer. It's not quite as bad. It was the middle of a storm, so I was hoping it would. Let's check the solar panels. I was hoping it would fill a little bit faster. Yeah, just clean the panels off, because that cuts down how much electric charge you get from them. Oh, and 4 minutes for solar event. I seem to be getting a lot of solar events as well. They're not heavy though. They're not heavy doses of radiation, which is a good thing. Okay. See what we've got on these samples. Making sure to keep the. Actually, I didn't turn the lights on, but if you leave the lights on, it'll use up a lot of the methane, a good chunk of the methane and the oxygen supply. So if you use your lights, make sure you turn them off, because I found out to my detriment. Nobody needs to sort of use lights anyway. It's, I mean, full dark. We're not exactly in darkness. Okay. Just pop the suit. Recharge. Close the air up for now. There's no point going back out for another 15-20 minutes. It's a waste of time. So the time is that 2026. So that's actually, yeah, it's only 50% full as well, that barrel. You can say 2020. So even in 30 minutes, 30 minutes, so it's about 40 minutes. So if we say 20 minutes for 50% of the barrel, that's 40 minutes for a full barrel, roughly. Like I say, it's better off doing it now rather than to sort of wait to finish off the 3D printer. Because we run out of resources. At least I've got them there to sort of split. I'll only split them if I actually need them now. Because the small refiner's only capable of doing certain amounts of, and they're not, it's not very sort of thorough. So it'll be wasting resources. Doing everything on the small refiner. Just analyse these. Right, let's have a look. What do we have? Oh damn, yeah, I could have taken another sample just here. Given a bit of an overlap. Never mind. 6,500, 5,000, 3,000. Yeah, so about that area is a bit lower. In fact, substantially lower. Over here. Ooh, that's terrible. 1,638. So it's not just a beach area. So you can't really sort of, you can't estimate what will be a rich area. I would have thought it would have been a rich area. That's not bad. That's on the side again. Well, some of these are pretty low as well. Yes, it looks like along here. Yeah, so along here is the place to be. 3,000, that's 4,000. So it's about here in the middle of here. It's actually not bad. Not a bad area. 8,000, good grief. Then 6,000 right next door to it. Whereas this area is pretty bad. 1,600, 1,700, 14. Yeah, I don't think we'll bother with that area then. It's not really all that rich. This area is though. It's even on the flat plains area, as in this here, which is probably, as I said, an ancient lake. That's actually pretty good as well. And yet there, that's bad. There's no, there's no logic to that. Also, I've got atmospheric scans, yeah, atmospheric samples there. It's all nice. It's pretty. This is probably a nice area. This is a good area to set up. But so are these. 4,000, 4,000. Yeah. So we've got some nice, decent. But that area, no. That area's off. So the area with central X37Y38 is no go. Still no reason. Well, just set up the odd drilling rig here, obviously, but it's not a priority. It's not high enough. And there's prospect in sector X37Y38, which is pretty bad, and Y46Y38 is just about perfect. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. A bit of a, not exactly a waste of time. So this is beach area to the northwest. It's actually not bad, that. Not bad at all. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on drilling until I've filled up the remaining 5 barrels. And then we can start on the 3D printer. So I'll do the modular printer. We'll do at least one that can do a large refiner and a large, well, one of the standard drills as opposed to the small one that we've got right now. So it has to be at least 2.4 meters tall, and I think it's 2.2 or 2.4 meters across for the refiner and for how tall the drill is. So I'll do one that's 3 squares across, each square made up of 4 of the small plates. So that's 4, 8, 12. So that's 12 small plates across. So I'll build it into like a square area. Okay. So carry on doing this.